UFC 284. Yeah, we're finally here. It's been such a long road, like, to get here, and just fighting back home, man. Really, like, long time coming. Me and Josh fighting on the same card. First UFC card that I've shared with Josh, and then also Alex, making history, going for champ status. Got to do camp alongside him. Man, it's just so many emotions, and the Aussie crowd, I think it's just gonna be electric. There's so many Aussies fighting, and this camp was mostly done at Freestyle MMA with Alex, bunch of good fighters down there that are coming through the ranks as well. So I think there was about 10 professional fighters on the map in camp too, all got the same mission. A solid camp down there, and come back to just hone in on the fine tuning and the skills at the end of the camp, and yeah, we're ready to go now. We're just gonna fucking blow the roof off. We're gonna rock. I know that every Aussie's gonna perform out there. End the camp. That was sick.
How are you, Coach?
Good. How you going?
Sick. Good. I got my how you getting down. Now.
How you joined?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's like
We had to get about 4 kilos, 4.5 kilos off from yesterday, Arbo.
Yeah. Nah, man, I'll see it.
It's never fun, even having all the science behind it with Geordie, the fight dietitian. He makes the process easier, but it's still not easy.
What's the lotion on the skin?
It's just getting ready to fight now. Like, it's a familiar feeling. I'm pretty used to it now, so we're ready to go.
I'm out here with Jamie Mullarkey, helping him out for UFC 284. We just come back from the training session. Jamie's cutting weight at the moment, for tomorrow. He's only got a couple more kilos to go. And we're just down there also with Josh Culibao.
Josh Culibao here. I train out of Sydney in Bondi Junction at Eager MMA. Between me and Jamie, man, we go way back. We do. First met each other. We were competing on the local pancration, local amateur MMA circuit, I guess, back then, where we used to have multiple fights on a single day, and it'd basically be like a tournament format.
I just saw this guy cracking pads and looked about my size, but maybe a little bit bigger at the time. A little bit chubbier, a little bit chubby Josh.
There's a funny story to it all, is that we sort of made like eye contact, and it was just sort of like we just looked at each other, and it was like a mean, like supposedly me and him were just mean mugging each other, and he was the one that actually broke first. So it's actually funny that he mentioned that, because I don't remember doing that at all.
We were kind of like eyeing each other off a little bit because we didn't know who we were fighting. So I was like, oh yeah, let's go. Let's see what we got.
Fortunately enough, we weren't fighting in the same weight division. He was fighting in the 70 kilo weight division, where I was fighting in the 77 kilo weight division. So I think he wasn't even cutting weight. I wasn't cutting any weight. We just fought at our natural weights. Yeah, I ended up winning that tournament at my weight division, which was the 77 kilos, and he ended up winning his division, the 70 kilos. We got basically selected for the Australian pancration team, again, Australian local amateur MMA team.
And we just ended up becoming best mates when we weren't fighting each other, and we ended up fighting alongside each other. We won our qualifiers to go over to Sparta, to Greece, and represent Australia as amateurs. And that was where we kind of like connected, and then just became good mates, started training together, helping each other get ready for fights. That was like a bit of a rule we had, like whoever was the guy fighting had to do me and Josh had to do 5 fights against each other. So we'd do our camp, and then coming into that last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we'd call each other up and go, yep, 5 fives, let's tear it up, and we'd have like a little fight before the fight with each other. Now we're fighting on the world stage. When we dreamed about this when we were literally just turning pro. We turned pro around the same time, and it's pretty special, man. Not a lot of people get to even reach their dreams, period. Especially in this sport, it's so tough. It's a hard one to make it through all the injuries, the setbacks, like losses in when you think you're just there, and then even when it doesn't, when it falls through, and you thought you should be fighting, and then someone else gets the big fight in the UFC that might not even deserve it before you. There's so many like setbacks that can set you back mentally. Just to make it here is an achievement, and to make it there with one of your best mates, just helped each other grow up and get through the circuit together, and it's fucking awesome, man. And it's just a special feeling. Just cannot wait to go out there and do it now.
I met Jamie when he was about 12. He came in training with us. I was a security manager at the area he was training, and I had a dozen or so I had about probably 20 something pro fighters training out of there as well, and they're also part of a security team. And Jamie came in after he'd trained with one of my guys, and he was looking to grow stronger and better, and it was during those formative years from 12 to 15, he had the opportunity to grow in his skills and training against other skilled men. I think Jamie had his first pro fight when he was about 15. They still allowed the kids to fight in the cage then, but actually after his fight they changed the legislation, so they no longer could under 18s compete in the cage. Josh, Jamie, Alex, all the Australians that are competing, it's an incredible testament to our country's sporting ability. To have this here in Perth this weekend, and Jamie invited me to come down, help him. He always seems to feel a bit better if I'm around, because it's just like old times, and here to help him, support him with whatever he's doing.
Noah was my first coach and coached me all through amateur, over to a world pancration title in Greece, and then started training with Ross about 5 years ago. When Noah moved away, it was kind of perfect timing. It was almost like a destiny, because Ross, UFC veteran, just makes it over and starts up a gym in the Central Coast, on the small Central Coast of Oz.
When I first came over here, I didn't own a gym or anything like that. I just basically moved over with my girlfriend at the time, now wife, and then we moved over full time when my eldest daughter was born, and then we decided to build a gym because there was no mixed martial arts on the course. I had to travel all the way down to Sydney just to get training in, so we decided to invest in the gym. And that's when it started, really, with Jamie coming on board, training with me. It wasn't a coaching role that me and Jamie had. I was still fighting in the UFC and still competing. So there was nothing planned. I didn't plan on being Jamie's coach. I didn't plan on getting him into the UFC. It was just a natural thing. We started off as training partners. As I was growing to the end of my career, the role kind of switched into me helping him get ready, start winning domestic titles. We started going on an unbeaten run, and the time was right to make that move and step up the level of competition and introduce him into the world scene. Preparation for the fight against Francisco, it's always difficult fighting a newcomer because you don't really know a lot. You don't know how he's going to handle the experience. You don't know what he's going to bring. He's obviously going to be excited and looking to try to kill you and looking to try to make a statement, but on a skill-based level, it's how long that's going to last, what he's going to do, how he's going to react. So basically, the full camp for Francisco Prado was basically to showcase the levels of Jamie'd been 7 fights in the UFC, and that to gain that experience is a big gap.
It's so special to have Noah here too, though. It just feels right. It feels right when Noah's here, and then having Ross, it's just it's a mean little corner we got, and can't wait to go and do the work.
Jamie's always been a massive inspiration to me, to be honest. He had turned professional a lot earlier than I did, and just seeing him as a professional smashing everyone and becoming a brace champion, and you know, back in the day, brace was the you know, the go-to promotion. So he was the featherweight champion for that, and that was like a massive inspiration for me to be like him. And like I was like, man, he's already killing it. I need to do something about this, because we were always pushing each other to be like to neck, and so like he really did give me a kick up the ass and gave me a boost to keep pushing. So yeah, he's always been a massive inspiration. And you know, eventually when I ended up turning pro and I actually, you know, started looking after my diet and getting my weight down, I was actually ended up competing at 66, same weight division as him. And we'd always have, you know, our competitiveness would come out, especially when we started drinking and partying with each other. We'd always mention, like, you know, if it came down to it, and the UFC came around, you know, and we had to fight each other, you know, we would, and it would be no love lost. We'd still be, you know, we'd still be boys regardless, but we know that that's our dream. And, you know, fast forward however many years, probably about, you know, 8 years from then, yeah, we ended up both getting signed to the UFC. And we're here now, you know, in Perth together, cutting weight right now, you know, same hotel, on this, you know, historic UFC pay-per-view event, UFC 284, and yeah, we're fighting alongside each other. And it's now that I'm like really explaining this story, it's like, yeah, it's a really deep story to me, because it means a lot, because we both knew what we wanted, and you know, we both worked hard for what we wanted, and I do look up to, and you know, he inspires me and motivates me to, you know, again, I don't want him to overtake me at the same time, competitiveness, because we're always competitive, but yeah, me and Jamie, we go way back, and yeah, what can I say about the guy? I love that bloke. What a champion he is.
So yeah, he's got the sweatsuit.
Yep.
This is the best way we can make it as easy as possible. We got the aircon like going straight on his head. If something fails with this, we've got a portable one there that he can lie in. And this is how it's going to get done.
Yeah.
Then what happens is he'll do this, then he'll jump in a hot bath, then he'll do this and jump in a hot bath.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what's going to happen.
Crank it up, but
Well, it's as high as it'll go. Anyway.
yeah, what's that?
It
65.
says 65, yeah.
Yeah. But if you get up too quick, the blood, there's not enough blood in your head, so you get up and you go,
All right,
yeah,
lightheaded
black
and-
out. Yeah. Learned that the hard way before.
Have you blacked out before? Shit.
Had a sleep and just had to get almost a kilo off this morning. So yeah, it was a good little wake up, but that's just the sucky part of our sport.
He is Jamie Mullarkey. .155, the official weight for Jamie Mullarkey. All right, next fighter to the stage, one half of the featured prelim. Live on ESPN in the UFC's light heavyweight division, Tyson Pedro.
Just made weight 155, so can fuel back up. Got the fight dietitian. Does all my meals, get me fuel back up. Watch this, you got overnight oats. The infamous overnight oats. We're ready to go. Weighed in now. Sucky part's over. Just looking forward to going over to the ceremonial weigh-ins. Shaping off with Francisco. Sizing him up a bit. And go to work tomorrow.
Thanks, mate.
I've got some friends and family being able to make it out to the event. We don't have to go through the jet lag. That's a big one. It just feels better being in your own country, your own time zone. So that's a little advantage that we got coming in, and hearing that Aussie crowd behind us, and then gonna go fucking sing some schooners after the fight with all my friends and family. It's gonna be a really good night.